Welcome to Trashy Trashy, where we take a dumpster dive on this week's garbage people and a look at all the trashiest news stories. My name is Erica, and I'm your host.
My name is Cassandra, and I'm your other host. Hi, baby Erica.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing okay. I had some I had a weird dentist experience this week.
Oh, what happened?
Well, so I was looking at my insurance to find a dentist because I don't have one because I didn't have insurance for a long time. So finally I find a dentist who's like close to me, half a mile away. And I'm like, fuck yeah, because we have that one car life over here. And he's got 5 stars and I'm great. So I call, leave a message. It's immediately estranged. Like the answering machine just kind of was weird, but I was like, you know what? No big deal. I'm just going to I just got a vibe. I got a call like 2 days later from a woman like yelling, being like, do you want to make a dentist appointment? And I said, yeah. So I get that was aggressive, but I'm still letting it go and it's fine. So finally I'm running late and my partner drops me off to the dentist and I'm like, oh, wow. Like there's 4 or 5 dental offices all next to each other on this like stretch of road, which I'm like, shit, I didn't realize. I was like, oh, is it that one? Oh no, it's this one. No, it's this one. Like Google keeps going. Finally, the one it is, of all 5 of these dental offices, it is like the worst looking one. Of course. I'm like, fuck. All these other places look pristine dental places. And then there's just this one fucking crab shack of a dentist. I was like, fuck. Okay, well, this guy's got 5 stars. It's fine. So I go inside. Okay, this feels normal. And I have an encounter with like the aggressive receptionist whose mask is like on her chin. And I'm like, okay. And then I see the dentist who's not wearing a mask at all. I'm like, fuck me. But again, I'm like, I'm on the other side of some plexiglass. Like maybe they're cool. Like it's whatever. And then I noticed like that the questionnaire is asking me, what's your social security number? Like all kinds of weird questions. So I like skip those and I'm like, fuck. And I'm texting Taylor and I'm like, oh, I don't know about this. And then, she calls me back and I'm in the chair and Taylor texts me and he's like, you can leave if you're uncomfortable, which as if I would ever leave. Like
in theory. In theory, of course, but you're not going to leave the chair.
No, I mean, the embarrassment of that is worse than botched dental work.
Mm-hmm.
It's just absolutely not an option. So I'm sitting there. The dentist finally arrives. I mean, he's really, all of a sudden, this aggressive like receptionist becomes quirky. He's very quirky. The whole thing. Is this cool or is this a little too much quirk for a dentist moment? And so finally he's like, well, I need an hour for what you need. And I was like, okay. He's like, you got to come back. And I was like, what? So my whole appointment was like 10 minutes. And I was like, I told you guys I had a cavity on the phone. You only booked me for like 15 minutes. Like, I don't get it. And so I made an appointment to go back. And then like today I just canceled it. I don't know. I just woke up this morning. I was like, I don't want to go back there.
No, you got to trust your gut on that one.
Yeah. Like they didn't do anything wrong, but I was like so skeeved out by the whole thing. Like there was just too many weird, like I tried to talk myself back into it. I was like, no, they were nice. What? No, can't do it. So anyways.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. How are you?
I'm good. I had a social situation pan out positively, but it could have gone so negatively.
Oh, wow.
So I went to Austria Pizza Mosa
Delicious.
on Valentine's Day with my love.
Psychotic, but okay.
And we were on the outside tables, so I felt, safe.
Mm-hmm.
And there was this older couple seated across from us. And the woman in the couple, she kind of said, oh, that looks nice. So we'd had a tiny exchange. So there was a tiny window open between us. Okay. And so there was a bridge of communication, and we can, you're packed in tightly, so you can hear conversations.
Okay.
And so we were about to pay our bill and they're about to pay their bill. And the husband, I assume, says, you'll have to pay this because I can't use my credit card because I'm locked, like he says something along the lines of like, I can't use my credit card because he says something. And I took a huge swing and I said, are your enemies? Are they after you?
That's what I thought.
So if you're not familiar, that is the line that the Tinder swindler would use with his
They're
girlfriends.
familiar. If they're listening to us, they're familiar.
Okay. So that's what he would tell his paramours, that his enemies were after him. That's why he needed to use other people's credit cards. And so the guy laughed he was like, yes, you've watched the documentary. What did you think? He instantly clicked with me and we all laughed and had it, we were talking about it. And he's like, what else are you watching? What else should I watch on Netflix? It was like,
oh, sweet.
Oh, it was like so sweet. But he seemed like he was a player in Hollywood. Like he was talking about producing movies with Meryl Streep and document.
Oh, wow.
He seemed like he was a big time somebody. And so, 25 years ago, that would have made me a movie star. I would have been plucked from the, from dinner, and
for your gumption,
for my gumption, for having the chutzpah to talk to somebody like that. But it was a huge social swing, and I was like, please pay off.
Yeah, because had he not known,
I would have sounded
like sarcastic and rude.
Insane.
What are your enemies after you?
Yes.
Excuse me?
And we hadn't gotten the clear to, like we were waiting on the bill to come back. So it would have been time spent at the table. It's not like we were clear to go. So, but it worked out and it was beautiful. But
sometimes when I'm in places that are too tightly cramped like that and you can hear everybody else's conversations, I feel less inclined to have one of my own because it's too distracting.
My ADD was bouncing off the walls. Yeah. Why are you trash?
I will do just about anything to avoid signing petitions out in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Look, if you're out collecting signatures, there's a good chance you're a better person than me because, we're out at Trader Joe's, Whole Foods, all these fucking places, whatever, collecting money for people who need it and blah, blah, blah. But, oh man, like when I see them out in front of places, like I'll park my car in different spots so I don't have to walk past them, or I do everything. So today I went to Trader Joe's and there's a guy who's like set up he's got a whole fucking table. And last time that I was there, he was there too. And he asked me, do you have a minute for clean air? And I was like, no, thank you. No, thank you to clean air. Like, I love clean air, but no, guy. So this time I was like, fool me twice, shame on me or whatever.
Right.
But I thought maybe like I saw he was distracted with someone. So I was like, I'm going to just like fucking power
sneak in. You're going to sneak in. Yeah.
So as I'm power walking over there, the woman that he's finishing up with leaves. I'm like, fuck. And he was like, do you have a minute to raise the minimum wage? And I was like, no, thank you. Which like, fuck, I would love to raise the minimum wage, but no. And so on the way out, I was like, you're not going to get me this time, motherfucker. So I pull my phone out and put it to my ear and just start having a fake conversation.
No, you did not.
And you know who I was talking to?
Who?
You.
Thank you. You thought of me for fake conversation?
Because I knew how shitty and trashy I was being. So I was like, hey, girl. Yeah. No, I'm probably going to talk about this today on the pod. I don't know. I feel like what I'm doing right now is really shitty and trashy. So I was able to get past him because I was on the phone. But I noticed that there was someone behind me who was trying to zoom, like who was doing the power walk method to get past this guy. And so he was, in my flanks the whole time. So I had to carry on this conversation to my car.
Oh, yeah.
I had someone on my wings.
Yeah, you were doing the work for two.
Yeah. I was like, fuck, I can't just walk past this petition guy and then put my phone away and not end the conversation. So I literally was like, yeah, I'll bring lunch. Okay. Love you. Bye. And I was taking adequate pauses. I was doing some really good acting to just not have to fucking give a minute to raise the minimum wage. Like, I don't want to do it. Leave me alone.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Why? Why are you trash?
Well, I was at an outdoor restaurant,
Uh-huh.
like open air. There's trees above me,
Okay.
and I'm sitting there, and I don't know where it came from. It could have come from above. It could have come from below.
Okay.
But I noticed on the table there was a bug
Mm-hmm.
that started crawling on the table, and I didn't want Winston to see it and leave the restaurant because I was enjoying myself. So I just quietly squashed the bug before it got to my plate because that's where it was headed. And I just squashed the bug in my napkin and then continued to eat. There are probably bugs flanking me. There's probably bugs coming from above. There's probably bugs below us because we're outdoors. There's trees everywhere. There's stray cats in the restaurant. You know what I mean?
Was
Like,
this still Moza?
No, not
I was like, damn, their outdoor patio sounds nuts. The cats.
no. This is like an outdoor restaurant in Mexico.
Oh, okay. Okay, got it.
Stray cats. I'm just gonna squash this bug. Hope Winston didn't see it and continue my meal because he was already like a little like hesitant about the situation. I'm gonna kill that bug and just keep it trucking. Like,
Okay.
what if that bug had made it to the plate? What would I have done at that point? But I stopped it right before the plate.
I mean, is this why you're trash or why you're a hero?
I mean, sometimes they're just two sides of the same coin.
I agree. Would he leave a restaurant if he saw a bug?
Yes, probably so. Mhm.
Even when you're outside?
Probably so. Mhm. I think so. Yes. We've stopped ordering from places when there was like a bug in the food.
Sure.
That's justifiable, I would say. But I had that experience fresh in my mind, and I was if he sees a bug in the outdoors, I don't know.
What kind of bug was it?
I don't know. It was, dimly lit. It was creepy crawly. I was just over it.
Ugh.
Where there was probably bugs.
I like that. I like that segue for our next or for our first story. First
Story.
Look at us just yapping away.
I know. From the mirror.co.uk, recently was Valentine's Day, and
Yes.
a husband mistakenly treats wife to Valentine's Day gift of a bunch of spring onions.
Hey. John Musk mistakenly gave his wife a bunch of spring onions to celebrate Valentine's Day, somehow thinking the vegetable was a beautiful bouquet of flowers.
I mean, who hasn't been there?
Honestly.
So when celebrating their first Valentine's Day, he gave her a bunch of spring onions after confusing them for flowers, and he has continued the tradition. He's been doing it for years now.
By the way, if you don't know what a spring onion is, because I don't know if I've ever heard it called that, it's a scallion.
Okay.
A green onion.
Okay. Green onion. Yeah. And Donna, his wife, he honestly didn't know the difference between a spring, like a scallion and flowers.
Which makes me nervous for John. I'm not going to lie to you. I am a little nervous for him. He said, well, I guess I'm a little confused. Were the onions sprouting flowers?
No, they hadn't bloomed. So he just thought that they were,
like
elastic around them and that they were green sticks and that they would bloom.
Is this weaponized incompetence or is this just a man that doesn't know what a flower looks like? We'll never know.
We'll never know. But Donna thought it was sweet, and I think that's all that matters.
Yeah. I like seeing things on TikTok about weaponized incompetence, by the way. It's my favorite thing.
Can you give an example?
Yeah. If you weaponize incompetence, an example of that would be like, oh, I never make my husband do the dishes because he does such a bad job anyway. And so basically, or, oh, my husband doesn't clean the house because he does such a bad job. Or, oh, it's better that my husband doesn't watch our kids because he's, he doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
Or if your husband he's weaponizing his incompetence. He's getting an easier life and doesn't have to help as much because he does a bad job. When you should be able to do dishes. You should be able to clean your own house. You should be able to take care of your children,
Okay.
not have to rely on your wife to do it because you did a bad job. So in theory, one could say, which I don't think this is what happened, but why it came to mind is kind of, well, I never asked him to get me nice gifts or anything like that, because the one time he bought me flowers, he actually brought home onions.
Yeah.
My expectations are low, but that's not fair. But I think I have a feeling that's not what happened. I mean,
Yeah.
this is probably cute.
Yeah. Well, speaking of lowered expectations, let's get into our next story from CBSLocal.com.
Wish it was Tahiti. Marshfield woman wins trip to New Hampshire on The Price is Right.
As a resident of Marshfield, Massachusetts, Catherine Graham had been to neighboring New Hampshire plenty of times. Her upcoming trip to the Granite State, however, will be much different.
So she flew to California to visit her daughter, and she went to a Price is Right taping, got chosen, which is, I mean, fucking nuts. And she won a fire pit and a love seat. And then she won a trip to beautiful New Hampshire.
So she gets a 5 nights at the Hotel Concord, daily breakfast and one dinner, along with $80 in additional food spending.
So she told Drew Carey, Drew Carey said, oh, that's great. New Hampshire's beautiful. And she said, Drew, I live in Boston. I've been to New Hampshire a million times.
And the tickets are round trip from Los Angeles.
Yeah.
she
to
has
go
to LA to fly to New Hampshire.
I mean, couldn't she, in theory, have her daughter who lives in LA use the tickets and then meet her and they could have a trip together in New Hampshire?
I don't know how game show prizes and the tax implications and all that shit works, but
that's true. Yeah, because I guess you'd be paying taxes on a plane ticket if you didn't use it. And I thought you could just say like no, like you could get the cash value for shit.
Oh, I don't know if you can do that anymore. I don't know if you can do just cash value anymore.
I wonder that, because it's like there's people who go on The Price is Right. The Price is Right used to fucking cradle me in the deep dark mornings of the pandemic. In the very beginning, my pod was just my family, and we would watch Price is Right every fucking morning and like got good at it. But sometimes people just fucking like I've seen someone win 3 cars.
I mean, it is a skill. There is a strategy to it. You know, if you can get good at guessing home goods, you know what I mean? The price of Lysol, or, you know, it's like, you're going to do pretty well.
If you're the person who does the grocery shopping, you know, or you like either for yourself or for your family, you might be pretty good at price, because like that's how I attribute my skills at Price is Right. Man, we should go. I mean, it's a long day if we don't get chosen, but we should try it. We should see if we can get up there.
Yeah, we should.
That'd be
we should
tight.
definitely try it sometime. Yeah,
you'd be nuts.
Oh my god, I would lose it.
You would be unhinged
so
up there.
Oh, I would be like, Drew.
We gotta get matching t-shirts.
Oh yeah, we. Oh my god.
So we can boast about our podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is what this next person did.
Yes, from the BBC.com. Rapping burglar who boasted about Leeds car thief sentenced.
A teenage burglar who recorded a boastful rap about his exploits has been given a 3-year sentence. Nice one, stupid.
Gosh, yeah, you don't brag about your crimes. Dylan McEwen, 19, who styles himself as MC McEwen, and the B-Town grafter.
Ew.
Ugh. Was involved in the thefts of 4 cars from his home in Leeds.
So he has a rap where he brags about getting paid for brand new cars. And, you know, the caption for the rap is that he's driving big whips, which BBC likes to explain is a slang for an expensive car.
Thank you, BBC.
Thank you. I creep through your yard getting paid out for your brand new cars. But I can't lie, graft life is hard.
All right, I see the rhyme. It's better than the last rapper that we covered.
Yes, absolutely. But
the the crypto rapper.
Yes. I just, what he's missing is nuance.
Yes. Yes. Nuance. Bring it back. Well, he was sentenced along with 4 accomplices who cannot be named due to their ages.
Oh boy.
That means they were young.
Man, don't be stealing cars then, like, at all, for sure. But like, it's sad when it's like young kids.
You know that the original Fast and the Furious, like the thing that kicked this whole shebang off,
Yeah.
is about hijacking truckers to steal DVD players.
What?
Like, that's the crime ring that they're a part of. Is that they're stealing DVD players.
How else am I going to watch my SAG screeners, Erica?
I mean, now we're in space and we're doing submarine shit, but we started off stealing DVDs.
The pitch must have been so crazy. Like, okay, it's a group of guys. Think of the most muscular guys you've ever thought of ever. And they're all just stealing DVD players. Well, one's really handsome, then the other ones are just huge.
Yeah. Oh my. Yeah.
You know what the original profession was?
Yeah, the world's oldest profession.
Yeah. According to Cleveland.com, Hudson Mayer suggests ice fishing could lead to prostitution in ice shanties because we all know ice fishing is the gateway hobby into sex work.
Okay. These are baseless claims. He has absolutely no evidence to back this up. He's made other baseless claims at school boards meetings in the past, and it's fucking cold. Ice fishing is not a like a group sport. Like, it's not. Am I crazy? It's cold.
Don't worry, Erica. It's not like this guy is like someone important.
Oh yeah. I mean, he is just literally the mayor.
Fucking crazy. Okay, so he made comments that have been shared online during a Hudson City Council meeting on Tuesday. The council president, Chris Foster, said a number of residents have requested permission to ice fish on Hudson Springs Lake, and it's where it's currently forbidden. And they, like the people who are against it said, what if someone could fall through the ice? The city would be held liable, blah, blah, blah. And then the mayor said, hey, if you open this up to ice fishing, well, on the surface it sounds good, then what happens next year? Does someone come back and say, I want an ice shanty on Hudson Springs Park for X amount of time, and then you allow ice fishing with shanties, and then that leads to another problem. Prostitution.
That's a huge leap of logic.
Honestly, the leap of logic that would have made sense would have been, first we say yes to this thing that's illegal, like ice fishing. What's next? Prostitution? That is also a stretch, but makes a little bit more sense. But it's weird that he's worried about, well, then they're going to build little houses out there to invite prostitutes to.
Right. That
just doesn't make any sense.
Council members did not directly address Schubert's comments about sex work and prostitution. They were like, that's crazy. We're not even gonna address it. How crazy you have to be for them to just be like, anyway, Herb's here again. Anyway.
Yeah. When people get this specific, it feels like safe to assume that it's definitely like one of their kinks.
Yeah.
Like, because no one else would go there, it's obviously what this mayor is like into.
Right.
Well, I know if I was ice fishing out there, I'd want a little ice fishing house to bring a hooker to. Yeah. So I better say this out loud.
Yeah, I better stop this in the butt. Better stop this right in the butt. Oh my God.
I love this next story.
I wish I witnessed it in the wild.
According to the dailymail.co, a family of 5 was spotted riding through an airport on $500 Segway hover shoes and are brutally mocked for their embarrassing and humiliating accessories. Okay, rude.
Truly. A woman named Jamie saw a family making their way through the airport on electric roller skates and took a video of them. She then uploaded it to TikTok, of course. The family was later identified as the Petersons, an American bluegrass band from Branson, Missouri.
I mean, that's fun. So her point of view was, are we so lazy that we can't walk around anymore? Think, and then like other people are commenting like, thank goodness I won't be here for future generations. Oh, the laziness. Are you not realizing that like maybe electric roller skates would be kind of fucking sick? Like, I don't think they're doing it because they're lazy.
Yeah, do you know how big airports are? And so sometimes you have to go real far and need to go there real fast.
You're not fucking filming people who are on the moving sidewalk, standing still, texting on their phone, being like, lazy. No, fuck you. Also, these are big to pack, I bet. You know, like they're like, okay, family, we're not bringing the roller skates. And then like all the kids were like, please let us bring the hover shoes. He said, only way we're bringing the hover shoes is if we wear them at the airport because I'm not checking a fucking bag. Did you ever think that that's what happened?
Yeah, we're doing carry on only.
We can't afford to check bags because we spent $470 each on these hover shoes.
I love that. So it's a 6-member family band, but one of the members was not present or like a part of this. And you know that they're just leave me the fuck out of it. I don't want to wear the hover shoes. I don't want to be a part of this. Can I just please not show my face? Like, I don't want to be a part of this. Leave me out of the folk singing band.
Or maybe they were like, I'm not going on this trip. I didn't get hover shoes. And they go, well, you asked for a Nintendo Switch. They go, I didn't know that I was asking for that in exchange for possible hover shoes. I'm not going anywhere.
Oh my God. It's just, I love, passenger shaming. I was a big fan of, I enjoy, influencers in the wild and like some of these shaming public accounts, but that's like people that have, I'm not down with this. Like, I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like the person that uploaded it.
I don't either. I think there's something like crotchety about it. Anyone who's really like jealous, okay, you're not admitting it, but you're just jealous. But anyone who's like, yeah, kids these days, Gen Z's out of control. First of all, it's Gen Alpha now, who are the young kids. So don't get it twisted. Gen Z is on their way to becoming old crotchety millennials. Just you wait. But just fucking ease up, Grandpa. Have some fun.
Have some fun. The video has been viewed 2 million times.
I think it's cool. You know what else I think is cool?
What?
Sex.
Okay, what are we in middle school?
SEX.
Well, have you ever seen monkeys do it at the zoo?
No, thankfully. We went to the zoo actually recently. We invited you guys and you turned us down.
We did.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm not mad about it. I did just bring it up, which was weird of me, but I swear to God, we're not mad about it. Anyways, we're at the zoo and like it feels like animals are gonna like maybe start having sex. Like there was a giraffe, like a male one with a boner following a female one around, and I was like, no, don't do this in front of me. Don't do this.
I paid money to be here. I want to see a show.
You're crazy.
Well, according to UPI.com, a British zoo hires Marvin Gaye impersonator to get monkeys in the mood.
This British zoo is taking such a big stance on this whole Spotify thing with Joe Rogan. Like they're like, no, we won't play Marvin Gaye on Spotify, not until they take down Joe Rogan. We're going to just hire a guy.
Yeah. They put him inside the enclosure.
That's so crazy.
And like, that feels dangerous.
So his whole, I think we all know Marvin Gaye, of course, the guy who sings Let's Get It On and Sexual Healing. They're trying to get these monkeys, these Barbary macaws, to reproduce because they're endangered.
Yeah. So they were thinking of creative ways to encourage our females to show a little affection to the males that might not have been so lucky in love, said park director Matt Lovett.
Is there science behind this? Because there's no science in this article, but it's been proved. Like, there's no, like, fun fact, macaws actually love music. This is like taking a pretty big swing.
Yeah, this is no. Females in season mate with several males, so paternity among the furry residents is never known. Each birth is vital to the species in the Barbary macaws, and there's no science to dictate that. Yeah, this helps. They're just giving facts. Like, yo, these monkeys gotta fuck or they gonna die.
So you just got the guy like, when I get the feeling, I want sex. And then like the like horny like male monkeys are like, come on, girl, like look at he's singing for us. And then the girl monkey who's like not interested, like, I just want to dance. I just want to dance.
I just want to dance with my girlfriends.
Yeah,
all their
like,
purses are in the center of their circle.
Like, when I get this feeling, I want sexual. That's fun.
Can I buy you a drink? There's literally free water right over there.
I'm good, thank you. That guy just bought us drinks. If you buy me a drink, you're gonna have to buy one for all of my friends.
Oh my god.
The way that shit fucking used to work.
Yeah. I remember being in my 20s. And
me too.
No. I wouldn't go back, but
I wouldn't.
I almost said what I wouldn't give, but then I was like, no, I wouldn't. I wouldn't go back.
I wouldn't even know how to do that now. Like, I dead ass would not know how to get a free drink. I would feel like I've pressured to like talk. That's the Wild West. I used to be good at it, but I couldn't do it now. No way.
It's like, what's your mortgage like?
I don't have one either.
Does your back hurt all the time? Me too. Like, yeah.
Don't let my sagging boobies fool you. I'm quite a good time. But I was hoping to maybe come to me and my friends here could come and sit at your table and enjoy your bottle service. No? All right.
Yeah. Yeah. You know who's not having a good time right now?
Oh, yeah. Like thousands of people.
And particularly one Catholic priest
Walks into a bar.
According to ABC.net, a U.S. Catholic priest resigns after performing thousands of invalid baptisms over 20 years.
So, one Catholic priest's use of the word we instead of I during both English and Spanish language baptism ceremonies during his 2 decades in the ministry has left thousands of baptisms invalid in multiple parishes in 2 countries. What?
Evidently, the Catholic Church not down with improv. Like, you can't just put some flavor on it. You can't just make your own shit up along as you go.
No shit. Like, I mean, yeah, like learn the script. What the fuck? So, okay, so he would say, we baptize you in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. But he was supposed to be saying, I baptize you.
Yes. So Father Andres Arango worked as a priest in Brazil and in San Diego and in Arizona and has baptized 20,000 people incorrectly. So according to the Catholic Church, there are 20,000 souls just floating around because he said we.
So Bishop Olmsted said in a statement, okay, so he said the issue with using we is that it is not the community that baptizes a person. Rather, it is Christ and him alone who presides at all of the sacraments. And so it is Christ Jesus who baptizes. I do not believe that he had any intention to harm the faithful or deprive them of the grace of baptism and the sacraments. And I'm sincerely sorry on behalf of the local church that this error has resulted in a disruption to the sacramental lives of the number of faithful. Hey, do they know what the other priests do?
This is the line in the sand. That this is the hill you want to die on.
Are you just fucking pull him aside and go, hey, and pull him aside in the way that you pulled everybody aside that was doing way worse shit, and go, hey, you need to change that to I. Okay? I'm going to let this go. You're going to do some fucking Hail Marys or, whatever. Is that football or is that Catholic? I don't know.
Our Father's Hail Marys. Yeah, all that. Yeah.
Do a couple of those and this stays between us. They
At your annual
do other bad things that are bigger and bigger problem.
At your annual performance review, we're going to knock you a couple of points down because of this misunderstanding.
He says, with the help of the Holy Spirit and in communion, I will dedicate my energy full-time ministry to help remedy and heal those affected. This is like worse than having an STD and having to call someone. It's like you're getting a call from a priest being, hi, you don't remember me because you were a baby, but I'm going to need you to come back.
Your soul, not in the clear. It's bad. It's literally bad.
Hey guys, I know that your husband, I put that in quotes now, got baptized in order to marry you in this Catholic church you wanted, but you got to come back. And also we probably got to do the wedding again. Because he's not Catholic. I don't know, man. Stupid.
And there's probably people that have passed, like their souls up in the air.
Hey,
Oof.
Sorry for your loss. Just got to let you know he did probably go to hell because I did say we instead of I. It's a whole thing. Sorry.
I just picture him writing like handwritten notes. like with a quill, like an old-timey priest.
My condolences.
My condolences. This is the kind of shit where, hey, just don't tell nobody, but we got to fix it moving forward.
Yeah, man. Like this isn't news. This is trash.
Straight trash.
We got a story coming from your favorite website.
Hey, it's consequence.net.
Coachella drops all COVID-19 precautions.
Coachella just said, fuck it.
Here's the thing. Coachella's outside.
Mm-hmm.
And doesn't seem like, the most like vaccinated crowd. So I don't know, like whatever. Like I this doesn't bug me too much,
Well, they're not going to require proof of vaccination, a negative COVID test, or mask, or any other COVID precautions for the 2022 event.
The CDC has repeatedly held that outdoor events are safer than events taking place indoors, but that doesn't mean that the transmission at the festival will be zero, especially if there's no barriers in place to prevent infected people from attending. The Coachella website acknowledges COVID-19 is an extremely contagious disease that can lead to severe illness and death. But we got to make that money, honey.
But honey, Yee is threatening to pull out. We have to make that money.
That wouldn't be the worst thing if he pulled out, would it?
I think he needs to get his house in order. Yeah. And by that, I mean his mental health needs to be under order. And I think he needs to button it up and get his house in order. And
lock it up. Yeah.
Lock it up. Stop being in public for a little bit and heal. There needs to be some healing.
I mean, I gotta be honest with you. If I was like if I was really, really, really nervous about COVID, I wouldn't go to Coachella even if they did have shit in place. So I have no issue with this.
I'm not going to Coachella. You're not going to catch me there. Like
No.
I'm not going to be in pasties and chaps out in the Coachella Valley. But I don't know. I just see this going poorly.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing though, like events are going to happen either way. Look at Sturgis. They didn't give a fuck.
No, they did not. No, they did not.
And all those painted boobs and big yucky like biker guys, like everyone got COVID all over the country because of Sturgis. So we're risking that, I guess, with Coachella, but it's just, I'm tired, you know? I'm just fucking tired.
I mean, it makes me want to take my clothes off.
Yeah, I want to like take my clothes off and get drunk and get in a fight
With literally anybody. But
and puke.
And then just puke.
Yeah.
That reminds me of our next story from WDWENT.com. Drunk guests take off clothes and brawl at Disney Springs, slip on vomit into bushes during fight.
There's an ongoing series of recent fights at Walt Disney World, which is hilarious, but it is in Florida. But two sisters from New Jersey got into a drunken, naked fight.
Two women, ages 29 and 31, were vacationing with their family in Orlando. That night, the sisters ate at a steakhouse and were 30 minutes late to the reservation, which the article did not have to publish, but I like that they just threw in that bar, like, and the bitches were late. They also got drinks at an Irish restaurant.
Then when they went back to their hotel off Disney property, their phone died. So Disney security helped them call an Uber. The Uber driver didn't take them because they were too drunk. And so then they argued while waiting for a taxi and their night unraveled.
The older sister called the younger sister a bad mom and slapped her. The younger sister threatened to punch her in return.
Why are you bringing up what kind of mom she is right now? What does it have to do with getting a taxi?
Bitch, you a bad mom. Sorry for yelling. I just hear it. I just hear the inflection.
So the cops got called and the younger sister was screaming and crying when they arrived near Cirque du Soleil. She was only in her underwear and sandals, which, you know, you don't want to be found outside of Cirque du Soleil in only your underwear and sandals.
That actually sounds like one of the French clowns that would be a part of it. That sounds like part of Cirque du Soleil.
I'm confused on how the clothes got off, but I think that it just like they started pulling each other's hair and then
we'll never know. We'll never know. But deputies assisted her by putting her in a blue jean jacket since she was not wearing any clothing. And I like to think that the sheriffs just have jean jackets just for this type of circumstance. Like, oh, naked sister fight, throw her in one of the jean jackets from the trunk.
Put her in one of the jean jackets. So one was on the bench. The other one was standing over her. They slapped each other in the face, punching, slapping. The security manager pulled them apart. And then once they were separated, then they both just charged at each other, I guess. And then the younger one fell in vomit and fell into the bushes. And then the other one ran a few feet away and took off her dress. And then they started punching each other. Like, this was like a big moment.
This was not about the thing. This was a deeper hurt. Like, this wasn't about the immediate thing. This was about something that happened when they were 14 that has been festering.
Also, like, they didn't get in trouble.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and assume that they were white women.
Probably. Yeah, because like nobody pressed charges. They were like, all right, get out of here.
Yeah. The guests won't be named since they aren't facing criminal charges.
So we had
Ay, ay, ay.
we had your favorite website. Now we get your favorite Reddit thread.
I know. It's like a Erica buffet.
it.
I'm just overflowing. Uh, from Newsweek.com. The internet defends a woman who openly said coworkers' twins' names were idiotic.
So this is from the Am I the Asshole forum. And she said a coworker of mine recently had twin boys after a long battle with infertility, and she named the boys Sean.
That's right. She named them each Sean, spelling one Sean and the other Seen.
Which Seen is seen.
That's seen.
The other way to spell Sean is Shawn.
Yes, that's seen. Like the kid is gonna get called seen.
So you have a Sean and you have a Seen.
Oh boy.
Does she know that she had two babies? And maybe that's the problem.
Oh no, she knows she had the two babies. She wanted them to have the same name.
So without thinking, this woman said, that is the most idiotic thing I've ever heard. It's going to be so confusing.
Which, like, sometimes at work, you just have to keep it in.
Not like all the time.
You have to hide it. So a bunch of people laughed and a bunch of people immediately looked away. After she left, she got a few text messages saying it's not her place to comment on people's choices of names.
Like, she probably knows that, everyone, of course it's not her place, but like, especially it's too late now. She's got Sean and Seen have their baby, or they have their birth certificates. It's over. It's done.
Yeah. I mean, these kids are going to get picked on.
What if the dad's name is Sean also?
Oh my Jesus Christ. Like, don't wish that evil into the world. Don't speak it.
Did you know that the rates of the more twins are being born than ever before?
Yes, because of the rise in IVF and artificial insemination.
That plus, I guess your odds of having twins is higher the older that you get.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, so because people are waiting, a long time to have kids now because, we're all waiting to get money and the money's not coming, and we're like, okay, well, fuck it. Let's just do it anyways. There's a lot of people having twins. But yes, IVF is definitely the most likely thing. I don't know if it's this high, but it might be this high. Because I was just talking to a few friends who were considering this, and it's like 25% chance
of twins.
Yeah, with IVF.
Wow. Yeah.
And then like 5% for triplets, which is very fucking high for triplets.
That's Ooh. Wow.
Not to totally bring down their mood, but like since we're talking about it, like there's this thing called like missing twin syndrome or something, where like if like the twin dies in the womb or something, like the other like twin is just never okay.
Yes, I've read about this. It is dark. Like you feel an absence. Like it's a mental connection that you have that is, and a physical connection.
It's fucking crazy. Anyways, Sean and Seen,
not the asshole, I say, because these kids are going to have a massive identity issue. Like, they need to be able to form identities outside of being a twin.
Yeah. I mean, they'll probably work it out themselves, to be honest.
Oh, one of them's going to change their name.
Yeah. And both of them are going to be mad at their mom.
Yes. Yeah. That is how you breed resentment. Speaking of resentment, are you ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
It's time for the dumpster fire of the week.
Oh my God.
It's time to discuss from yahoonews.com our favorite pal, a true evil villain in the making, everyone's favorite billionaire, Elon Musk. He is mad at the fun police for making Tesla disable the feature that lets drivers blast fart noises and music from outside their car speakers.
So this is Tesla's 11th recall in under 4 months. I didn't know that they had a boombox feature on Tesla, but yeah, you can replace the normal horn honk with anything you wanted, apparently. And so people were using that, understandably, to, use a song clip or a fart or like a goat scream or something.
And and basically, the U.S. safety laws say no, 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 and so it's going to recall almost 600,000 vehicles.
What's crazy is that most of the recalls on Teslas can be done over like an update on the car software. Like they don't even have to bring their car in.
Oh, that's wild. Yeah.
Yeah. But they had like this whole like feature hasn't been linked to any car crashes or anything like that. So I think maybe he's not wrong about like it's just the fun police.
Yeah, damn it. Are we siding with Elon?
I don't want to, but like if it's not causing accidents to have your car fart instead of honk, I mean, if anything, like a loud fart like that will get my attention probably better than like a horn.
I feel like we've become groomed and are accustomed to honking. Like that's universal sound. If I hear like a loud fart sound out in the wild, I'm gonna be like, what the hell is that? I'm not gonna think, oh, a car's about to hit me. I'm gonna be like, the hell, somebody farting. And I'm not gonna, like, I haven't been groomed since birth to recognize that sound.
You're right. Consistency is important.
So the Tesla argued that the boombox could enhance the conspicuity of the vehicle to pedestrians. In other words, loud farts could be more noticeable than the car's default warning noises.
I guess like if you did hear a loud fart, you would probably turn around rather than look at the road. I think you're right.
Yeah, I'd be like, what the hell? I'm not going to be like, look at the road, but yeah, like the feature has not been linked to any crashes. So, but I feel like we have to police future crime.
What if you got hit by a car and then you wake up in the hospital and they go, what do you remember? And you go, I just remember like a loud fart coming at me. And
they're going to call
I'm here.
They're going to call Tesla's Erica's big old cars. That's what's going to happen. Because I'm going to own Elon Musk's ass. That's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen.
Hey, Erica.
Yes.
What are you hoarding?
Oh, well, thank you for asking. This week, I would like to hoard smash burgers. Just a general concept.
Okay.
Like a hamburger patty? Fine. Get you a thinly smashed burger that is crispy on the ends and cooked divinely all the way throughout, and then make it a double.
Mm-hmm.
Who's eating a single smash burger? Make it a double.
Yeah.
But just cook it all the way through, and it is mama. But I love a smash burger.
Where's your favorite place to get them?
I honestly, Mr. Winston Carter makes a fantastic smash burger, but since that is not widely available to the public, I've talked about it before, but Amboy.
Yes.
Amboy is my favorite smash burger in LA.
Okay.
Highly recommend. Yeah. So that's what I'm ordering, is just a smash burger. Crispy through
May I also recommend Goldburger in Highland Park or Burgers Never Say Die in Silver Lake.
Yes, Burgers Never Say Die is pretty great too. Yeah.
Smash burgers are good. I'm not a fucking monster. I'm not gonna say that they're not great, but it's like it hasn't gotten to me the way that it's gotten to other people, and I envy you for that. Like I kind of want to like have Winston make me a smash burger.
Oh, he made him last night, and it was just divine.
Yeah.
What are you hoarding?
I'm hoarding a show on Hulu. Maybe it's on FX too. I don't know, but it's on Hulu. That's how I'm fucking watching it. Pam and Tommy.
Okay, how is it?
I think it's fucking good, man. It's it's a story of Pamela Anderson, Tommy Lee, their marriage and the sex tape that came out, and it's like I think it's good. Like, it's crazy. You see these things. It's like takes place in like 1995-ish, which hilariously, like so many of like the exterior shots are like in the valley, like I drive by like every day. So I'm like, well, yeah, the valley is stuck in 1995, the architecture. But you're watching these people because their sex tape was sold and distributed on the internet. But this is like the really early days of the internet. So it's just, it almost feels like camp, but it's not camp when people are like, a website? What are you talking about? Oh yeah, like that was 1995. That was brand fucking new. Like no one did understand the internet. Like, how do you sell something on the internet? Or like, how much does it cost? The internet's free. It's free. It's pretty good. That's just one element to it. You also like, I don't know. They do a good job building out like everyone's story and like kind of, you could see certain people as villains, but they give you a nice like 360 view on them, and then they're not a villain to you anymore, or vice versa. They seem like a hero, but then they kind of become a villain. And I didn't know all this shit about like I don't know. It's just fucking good. I'm just really enjoying it. It's funny, but not that funny. Like the cast, who like Seth Rogen and Nick Offerman are in it, but it's not funny, but it's well acted, and it's like light, but then it's heavy. I don't know. I'm digging it.
Awesome. Yeah. I can't wait to check it out.
Do it.
What
are you throwing away?
We're expected, and we have to shower every day. I find it absurd.
Yeah.
I'm every other. In the pandemic, it's been every 3 days. I'm gross. The pandemic has made me gross. Like I don't go anywhere. If I'm not working out, like I don't shower every day. Like it seems like I'm wasting water. I don't smell bad. Like this expectation that we got to shower every day feels absurd.
You sound like those celebrities that we covered who talk about how they don't shower and they don't shower their kids.
Now they're like talking about like days and days on end. I feel like I'm just kind of like maybe every other day. It's just like they don't shower till they see dirt. Like I'm like, that's disgusting. But it's like I'm not leaving like a peasant, like a feudal lord's peasant kind of life. Like I am showering and bathing myself. This expectation that has to be every day feels like a lot.
It definitely is tedious, especially like, as a woman, like with like hair and stuff. It's just,
what do you got to do with it?
I'm absolutely not going to get my hair wet every fucking day. Like, no.
I'm down to one wash a week. I wash it on Sundays, unless I'm going somewhere and have to do things. If I'm just home, pandemic style, it's dry shampoo city.
Totally. I finally learned how to use dry shampoo correctly, and it's been a pretty big game changer. I just would like spray it and then like kind of work it into my hair. But I learned from Krista, aka at Krista Camille Hair. If you're in Sacramento or you're in LA, you should go get your hair done by her. But I learned from her that you're just supposed to like spray that shit on and let it like bake kind of for like 5 minutes. Like, so like make it look like you've got just like white hair, white,
Uh-huh.
and let it bake 5 minutes. And then you can kind of with your fingers try to shake it off, and or with a blow dryer, like blow it off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good to know.
How are you using it?
I, lift the roots and I like bake it in, and then I kind of brush it out a little bit. I don't know. Maybe I'm not using it right.
I bet if you can go a whole week, you're using it right. What the fuck is that stuff? Like, what's in it?
Oh, I don't like propane. It's scary. Like,
I don't get how it works.
I don't either.
What
And
it does.
I don't want to know. Nobody tell me. Like, I don't want to know.
What if it's just like a bunch of little white bugs that like eat oil?
Nah, I'm fine with it. That's
Yum, yum,
fine
yum,
by
yum.
me. Fine by me. What are you throwing away?
This is pretty niche, but it's gonna mean something to someone. We have a Mazda, and the fucking turning radius on this thing just sucks. I'm throwing out the turning radii of Mazdas everywhere. It just do better,
Yeah.
Like we're in a modern day and age, and I'm in a big city, and I don't have time to need to make a 2-point turn on something that for any other car would just be a U-turn.
Mm-hmm.
Or like pulling into a parking spot, needing it to be a 2-point thing or a 3-point thing. Like, I look like I can't drive a fucking car, but like I can. I'm good at it ish. But I don't know. The turning radius thing on this sucks. It just is embarrassing to drive.
I get you. I miss my Bug
Mm-hmm.
because it could just whip around. I just whip. Like, I could just get around like crazy and turn. It had an amazing turning radius.
I miss your Bug too, but that was like, I feel I'm probably remembering it wrong, but like I feel like when I rode in it like once, there was components that were missing.
The air conditioning had stopped working at some point, so it was like a windows down situation.
Yeah, like the windows were down. It kind of felt like I was in like a rally car almost, like stripped of anything that would slow it down.
Yeah, I was going to drive that car into the ground, and I literally did.
You really did. Well, the whole thing of like, oh, you drive it till the wheels fall off, and yes.
That's how I work. That's how I run.
I like it.
Where can the people find you?
At Cass Cardenas on Instagram and Twitter. But you know what? Fuck that. Just find me at Trashy Podcast.
Ooh, okay. How will they do that?
Go to at Trashy Podcast on Instagram and Twitter.
Ooh, all right. And you can find us on our website at trashytrashypodcast.com, or you can email us at trashytrashypodcast@gmail.com.
What if they're just looking for you? Where do they find you?
Well, you can find me at iconic Erica Curry on Instagram and at Gilligal on the Twitter. And as always, to help other people find the podcast, you can leave us a review on iTunes or on Spotify or the podcast platform that you are listening to this podcast on. It helps us grow. It helps other people discover the podcast, and we appreciate it so very much.
Yes. We won't have a show next week.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Due to travel constraints, we will not have a show next week.
2 ships passing in the night. I'm going to Mexico. I get back. The next day, Erica leaves to Europe.
We will just be out of town. We will not have a show next week, but we will be back in March kicking butt, and you can expect to hear us then.
Yes. So just go ahead and re-listen to this one.
Yeah. Just start at the beginning. Hey, Cass.
What's going on, girl?
Stay garbage.
You stay garbage, girl.
I will. Bye-bye.
Bye.